Being involved in TVMA has allowed me to be a part of a community that has made me both a better veterinarian and a better colleague. It is important to be a part of that community because it allows us to realize that we have both common goals and common stresses within our profession.
Oh, TVMA has benefited me in so many ways, and I think that it all comes down to the relationships. The smart people that I've met and the guidance that they have provided and the opportunities to develop leadership skills and to serve has made me a better veterinarian and really a better person.
So what did the TVMA really do during my career? Well, there's so many things. We have world-class CE that we participate in every year in Murfreesboro, much better than what most state associations have, and lots of different tracks that you can choose to attend.
So the MCVC I would consider one of the biggest bangs for the buck on the CE market right now. They always get nationally rated speakers in. Their wet labs are a value because they typically charge about, I'd say, a fifth to a third of what this equivalent lab would cost on a national level. So it's a bang for the buck.
TVMA has developed many programs for the wellness of our veterinarians, and as everybody has heard in the news, so many of my clients have contacted me as they've heard news articles about the suicide rate in veterinarians, because nobody realized before this point what a stressful vocation veterinary medicine is. We deal with life and death daily. So TVMA has dealt with that, and there are so many wellness programs out there for us.
So TVMA, as far as wellness goes, offers webinars. We have Wellness Wednesdays, and we can get counseling for people if they need it. And if you go to the My Group page on the website, you can also find a wealth of information as far as relating to wellness.
A big part of the value of the TVMA is what you actually don't see. And what you don't see is the rabies tax. We're not paying a rabies tax, and that's because TVMA killed that bill when it was in committee. We don't have the reporting requirements for DEA controlled drugs that other professions that use the drugs have, because the TVMA has actively seen to it that we're appropriately treated.
If you want to impact what the future of veterinary medicine is going to look like, become a part of an organized association like the TVMA, and this is how you have your voice heard. It's how things will be determined, how veterinary medicine will look in the future. All comes back to legislative issues. So having your voice heard as a veterinarian is done through the TVMA, and that's one of the most important things I believe the TVMA does.
Our profession's future depends on a strong AVMA and a vibrant state organizations working together. TVMA membership provides veterinarians with a direct connection to the AVMA through their delegates. Through us, members can influence policy and can address the challenges that our profession faces.
Through our AVMA delegates, I'm able to have a voice in the AVMA, and I very much appreciate that they give us this opportunity and that they're there telling the AVMA what we as individual veterinarians in Tennessee are concerned about.
From a leadership standpoint, there's lots of opportunity for service. I've served on numerous organization boards and leadership positions. The thing I'll say about the TVMA is all of the board members that I've dealt with are there for other members, and there's not some hidden agenda like in many organizations. The leaders are there for some other reason. In the TVMA leadership, the leaders are there to support veterinarians.
My favorite thing about the Power of 10 was the friendships I created and the relationships. A lot of those I still, text people every once in a while just to see where they are, what they're up to. For me, that's been something very special, very unique. Just to have met those people through that common experience and still be able to be in touch.
It gave me the desire to want to give back and to also help other veterinarians feel that same sense of community. And I think that if I didn't have that, I think I would have a lot less satisfaction and just enjoyment of being a veterinarian in Tennessee.
If you are a member of TVMA, you get regular communications. If anything has ever changed or if there's something important for you to know, TVMA is going to make sure they get that information out to you. Through COVID, we were regularly receiving updates from TVMA, and it was very needed information.
TVMA also has a PR firm that works in our behalf, so if we have something negative that happens in the profession or something that we need to develop an article that will address an issue such as horse slaughter, they guide us in how that should be worded and help us to put as positive a light on those as we can. So your benefits belonging to TVMA are wide-ranging, and we think that everyone should take part so that we can make this profession as good as we can and be perceived by the public as well as we can.
So being a TVMA member, I don't feel like I'm in it alone. I have easy access to folks that understand specifically the situation that I'm in as a practicing veterinarian.
I'd be lonely. I think I would have a few close friends that are veterinarians, but not the network that I have that TVMA has provided. So I think it's given me a lot of peace because there's people there that if I screw something up, somebody else out there probably did the same thing, and they can talk me down off the cliff and say it'll all be okay, and get me through some of those stressful times. But I get to share the joys that people have too.
So being a TVMA member really gives me a sense of belonging to a larger group. It makes me feel connected to the entire veterinary profession, and I think that's so beneficial to us. I think it gives us something to feel like we belong to something bigger than ourselves. And I would certainly encourage anyone that's considering a membership in TVMA to take a good long look at that.
The investment is definitely worth the money. There's so much that the TVMA does that I have no idea about other than hearing about it through the committees, but so much of what they do legislatively is very important to supporting the veterinary professional.
So I can't say enough about how important organized veterinary medicine is on a statewide basis. I will promise you on an individual basis that you will become a better practitioner, better leadership skills by your involvement in organized veterinary medicine, as well as how this helps protect the practice of veterinary medicine to where we can in turn give the very best care to the citizens and the animals of Tennessee.